Thank you. The question is that the motion be agreed to, and I call the member for Riverina.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, and I acknowledge the presence of the Cuban ambassador in the chamber. I acknowledge the presence of the co-chairs of the Cuban Friendship Group, the member for Newcastle who brings this motion to the Parliament, and the member for Leichhardt. And I want to talk about trade, because trade is essential and it's vital, and depending on who you talk to, at least 1 in 5, maybe 1 in 4 jobs in this country are dependent on trade. And I have to say, as a government, when in government, the Coalition did a very good job in the space of trade. When we were in government, when we came to government in 2013, only about a quarter of our trade was covered by free trade agreements, and when we left in 2022, that percentage had risen to around about 80. And so we understand the value of trade. We, as a coalition, are committed to a rules-based multilateral trading system. We believe open trade and investment helps to grow our economy and create more jobs. Now, during the period of 2013 to 16, Andrew Robb was our Trade Minister, member for Goldstein. He led, in February 2016, Australia's first ever business mission to Cuba. And at the time, he said this: deepening economic ties through increased trade and investment helps to promote peace and stability in regions. And, increasingly, several countries are looking at Cuba in order to leverage new opportunities to mutual benefit. In this regard, Australia is an early mover when it comes to engaging new markets in which to do business. That's what our Trade Minister said at the time. As I say, first order of trade is always expanding the opportunities for our own exporters by opening up more commercially significant and emerging markets. Our second priority in trade is supporting the multilateral trading system. And the Coalition has always been committed to a rules-based multilateral trading system. We believe that open trade and investment creates more jobs, grows our economy. And just doesn't grow our own economy, it grows the economies of other nations. And we want to ensure that as best we can and as far as possible that we can do that. Of Australia's 16 free trade agreements, 13 of them entered into force under coalition governments. 13 out of 16. The number of exporting businesses has grown by around 56,000. To over 56,000, including more than 49,000 small and medium enterprises. It was that's 10,000 more than when we came to office back in 2013. Between 2013 and 2022, we finalised 11 trade agreements, including the free trade agreement with the United Kingdom and the economic cooperation and trade agreement with India. Importantly, and it is important for this motion that has been brought forward by the member for Newcastle, who I like, who I think brings some common sense to this place, and much of what she does, and I know that her and I worked together for the international status for the Newcastle Airport, which I know she was a great advocate for, and that also led to more investment and opportunities, particularly between New Zealand and our country. Now, importantly, Australia supported the United Nations General Assembly resolution of the 2nd of November just last year, to which the member for Newcastle's motion refers, and Australia has previously supported, for example, a comparable resolution of October 2014, and that was during the Coalition's time in government, of course. Now, on each of these two occasions, as the member for Newcastle's motion suggests, only the United States and Israel opposed. Now, we understand that, and amongst, let's be honest, amongst the first barriers to any ending of the United States embargo against Cuba will be the US designation of Cuba as a state sponsor of terrorism. Now, we acknowledge that. We appreciate that not everybody's going to be on the same page when it comes to all of these things. But I also take heed of what the member for Newcastle said in her remarks. I appreciate the notations in her motion. I appreciate what my good friend, the member for Leichhardt, has said in this space, and I acknowledge, as I say, the willingness, the cooperation, the collaboration that Cuba brings to this debate. The fact that the ambassador is in the chamber to listen to this debate is important, and it's landmark, and indeed the motion is vital.
Thank you. The question